The moon will rise again. I hope you'll be waiting for you, my friend. Up there, wait.
My name is Janice Hallman, and I'm here with the Compassionate Friends. I want to apologize for last month's meeting. Due to circumstances beyond our control, last month's is now playing this month's.
And we're a little bit behind.
Yeah, we're just a little behind. But anyway, my daughter Katrina brought me here. She passed away on January 11th, 2006. And I have lost two sisters, and this help comes with loss of, this is a show that helps you cope with loss. The group for the people that have lost their children is different. They usually have a separate person take the people that have lost their siblings, and they divide the group up. And the ones that have lost babies that weren't born, miscarriages, they have a special one that goes and takes them. The group breaks off.
Yeah, special group.
And my group is the one for, the group that I go to, it does for horrific deaths due to whatever accident it is. And I have my friends with me, Sean Beer, and no doubt Terry, but he's really my cousin, so he's always going to be Terry. So I'll let them start.
I'm Sean with Good Karma Band, here to support the Compassionate Friends, any chapter that might be out there. But you're part of the Salem chapter.
Yes.
And there are just chapters all over the world, right? Even out of the country?
Yes, they just recently got a new one in Wisconsin somewhere.
Oh, wow.
Just started up a brand new chapter.
And I remember the last show we had, you said they started like two somewhere else.
Yeah, it was, so I believe we're somewhere up in the 800s on the chapters just around the world.
Right.
In like 60 countries.
Well, our chapter meets the third Tuesday of the month. They started a new one in Silverton.
And that's the Salem chapter. That's
No, it's the Silverton one.
So-
but it's broke off of the Salem one. Yes. But they
Oh,
started
okay.
a new one at a retirement center.
Oh.
So they have a new one, but I don't know what day it is.
Oh, okay. Wow.
And there used to be one in Lebanon and Albany, and now there's another group that meets in Corvallis or someplace like that. That used to be the Albany, Lebanon one, but there was one in Lebanon.
Oh, that's really
But I could
cool.
never get Ellis to go to one. So
Yeah, I've over the past month, I haven't really made it to any meetings. Of course, you're not really required to make it
no,
to meetings of the Compassionate Friends, but they are there to be an ear and to be a group to help you cope
right.
with loss of family and loved ones and
Right.
all that in general. Maybe not all of it in general, but there are some lines you probably need to draw at some point. But I've thought about it a lot. Like every day I think about the Compassionate Friends and what they're out there doing to help people. And I was also thinking about maybe there might be some people out there that are dealing with loss. And maybe they feel if they go to a group to talk about their loss and the hurt, is it going to resurface and keep digging? I was thinking about that. And what the Compassionate Friends is really for, I believe, is you go to learn how to cope. You don't go to just keep resurfacing the hurt and the pain, and you don't go to live your life with that hurt and pain, but to learn how to cope with it and let it go and just all around become okay with life and living, going on the way you should be able to go on. And then you also meet other people in the same realm or the same situation as you're in, and in turn, it just helps get it off your chest.
Well, my group, when I went, met at the Salvation Army and and the group leader then broke off everybody. But
Yeah.
I was at the Social Security office, and a lady that had been to the group told me about the group and said, this is where you need to go to cope. And most people, you know, we don't even want our enemies to have them lose their child. That's where the group started.
Right.
But it has since branched out to other ones.
Right.
And when I went to my first meeting, they gave me a lot of information to help me grieve. And they said laughter was the best. And I tried every funny movie that I could try. And it wasn't until I remembered a copy of one of our Christmas dinners at Mom's house. And I was watching that, just laughing my head off. And Dave walked by and he said, they're all dead. And I said, not to me. They're in here.
Right.
And a lot of people, when they first come, their loss is very new and they cry and they don't want to, but crying is healing, and sometimes we cry with them
Yes.
because we understand what they're feeling. I didn't. I didn't cry there, but I cried. They said, yeah, I've never grieved, but when I was going down to Mom and Ellis's, when I was working for him, I cried all the way down and all the way back. So I did my crying, but it's the laughter is even better.
So don't feel broken if you can't cry right
Right.
away or laugh right away.
Right.
It sometimes
But
takes time.
our group, they have a lady that sends, when the date that you lost your child, they send you a card, and on the birthday, they send you a card. And they don't know how much that helps because they remember.
Yeah. I hear No Doubt over here has a special guest and something special to share.
Yeah. Anyways, howdy everybody. I'm No Doubt from Good Karma Band, and my dad's the one that brought me here. And just recently in November, I had some new loss, and it's still pretty rough for me because I can't stop thinking about that last moment
Yes.
when they give out that last little cry out and crumble in your arms, and
I feel it
it's
too.
really affected me. And,
Yes.
it's hard to explain, and
No, it isn't.
it is for me.
It's like your child. That's your child. So you have lost your child.
Yeah, basically, but I just find myself coming back to that same moment,
Yep.
and
It'll
as
take
long as I
time.
don't think about it, I'm okay.
It-
So I always try to think about the good things, like I've said before, and it's really tough, and but I am getting better,
Good.
and but still having a little problem.
Yeah. But you will.
But
don't
and
get
you always
over it
will
in a
have a
day.
problem. It's just a matter of
It just takes time.
being happy and keep staying focused on the
Good
good
things.
on the good things.
Right.
And I find myself when I'm online, I'll see some of the like the compassionate friends. They're not professionals.
Right.
They're actually people like you and me that have loss, and they don't have support, and that's what we're here for, is to support you and share our way of coping through stuff, and to make it your own stuff, to make it your own coping skill, because you don't want to be afraid not to say, hey, I miss Katrina.
Yeah, I do too.
And see, and that makes you feel good,
Right.
because I'm talking about it, not because, oh, I'm sorry, she's gone, or blah, blah, blah. It's like, hey, I remember this time when, when we went for walks when we used to come over and hang out, It was fun just going out, and it was like an adventure. But, and I wanted to share, here we go. I wanted to share some words and poems type of deals that people that have lost, that have shared, because these are all poems from or sayings that are from someone that has had a loss of a sibling, a loved one, or a mother or father. And grief, I've learned, is really just love. It is all the love you want to give but cannot. All of that is unspent. All of that unspent love gathers up in the corners of your eyes, the lumps in your throat, and in that hollow part of your chest. Grief is just love with no place to go.
Yeah, and you found that on the Compassionate
And
Friends?
that actually comes from one of the people
Oh,
that have been grieving. And also, I want to give a shout out to Karen, because she was there online, the grieving chat online, which is all new, that you can find out there just by finding online chat or virtual chapters. And I just want to give a shout out to Karen for being out there on Christmas Eve, for all the people and families that needed that support out there on Christmas that didn't have anybody. And I got one more here for you to find, one more for you to read that I thought was kind of touching. Is this the one? I believe so. Let me see. Oops. I have to do this all in the. All right, this one comes from a gentleman named Bill Jenkins. I have found that in the years that have passed that I am most vulnerable at times of remembrance. The word anniversary no longer holds a promise of celebration. Instead, holidays, birthdays, family gatherings, and otherwise joyous occasions contain an undertow of sorrow. If I can get caught up in it, I quickly get pulled under. And when gasping for breath, it's ironic that the presence of an absence can be so emotionally devastating. And that really hit home for me. And I just want to say that thank you for all the compassionate friends out there and all the other chapters for sharing your poems and stuff,
yeah,
because it does help other people. So
it does. And yeah, thank you for having us on the show. Good Karma Band will come up,
yep, we'll be coming up
and-
here in just a few minutes, or in about 30 seconds.
and they're going to try to make happiness an easier choice.
Yep, yeah. That's what
Well,
we're
I
gonna
thank
do.
you guys for coming, because it's better than doing it alone.
We thank you for having us here and being here with us. Both.
And hopefully sometime soon we'll get you more guests in here.
Yep.
So I know it's
Yeah,
been
I'm
over a year.
working on it. It's almost time. So
Oh,
for everybody to give their shout out. Again, we're sorry for the delay in last year's show. So when you look at it, it'll be our Christmas show.
Last year's show is this year.
yep.
Okay, we got 6, so you guys finish.
Everybody
right.
ready to wave?
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye. See you next month.
Next month.
Next month. All right.
Till next month.
I don't know what to do. I could be so happy. Yeah, thank you very much for taking out the compassion, friends. Thank you for coming. Good night.
Thanks for coming.
We hope you did alright.
I know we did. Well, that's
We hope you enjoyed the show.
I know I did.
We appreciate everyone getting out.
That's all you know. Well, that's
I'd like to say thank you for compassionate friends.
love you guys.
Yeah, they do a lot of good for a lot of good people.
Especially since they've been good themselves. Well, that's
We just finished another jam.
Gabby Jam.
So, I guess we'll see you guys next month.
No, no. Thank you very much. Have a great month. The moon will rise again. I hope you'll be waiting for me, my friend. Up there.